But you see, Stewart and Co, they missed it too. Who put a bridge. You can see down in there those two stumps. Well, they've been cut by the old fellas 60, 70 years ago and selectively logged, as the term was known then. And of course now they tell me, forestry or whoever, that they have lost the skills to selectively log.
So what's special about this tree then?
Well, this is a sassafras, which is part of rainforest, okay, and it's got some wonderful attributes. Have a chew on that, Stuart. Trish, just have a chew and tell me what.
Oh, it smells beautiful. It's aromatic.
What does it taste like?
Oh, nice. It's sort of lemony.
Yeah, it's got a distinct. And so just about every bushwalker that knows about them, every now and then.
Very nice.
Yep. We'll put them in their mouth and keep them moist. You can also make cups of tea out of them just by pulling the leaf off. And
So isn't this a special wood for cabinet makers?
oh yes, worth thousands of dollars. This tree would be worth
What's
thousands of dollars.
What's going to happen to it?
Well, at this point we don't know. They might leave it, they might knock it down. It's just on the edge of what looks to be the roadway. But I mean, there's at least 100 years of growth there. Okay. Well, through here you've had some recent activity by echidnas, and down through there you'll see they're going for grubs, ants, roots, whatever they're going, and right through the coop you'll see heaps and heaps of this. There's a very healthy, numerous population of it. This little plant is called, or I call it, bush tomatoes, and I've seen some eastern parakeets absolutely get drunk on these things, paralytic on their backs on the ground.
So those are edible?
Yes, you can eat them. So this old tree's been well and truly chewed by the old black cockatoo. They come along for grubs. You can see a grub hole just in there, and that's all part of ripping it to bits to help things grow to decay in the future. Well, this is a disturbing thing we're looking at here, because this is an absolute change of soil. Right? Now look how friable this is. Now can you imagine heavy machinery putting in a bridge from here across there? That's what they're going to do. And this area is renowned for landslip. Well, there's going to be a lot of it if they attempt to bulldoze this and put a bridge across. That's how friable it is.
So it's going to be a hell of a construction to get across. What's that, Dave? It must be about 20 metres, more, 30 metres.
Well, it's not the depth so much, it's the fragility of the soil. Now when it rains, all this loose stuff's going to end up down there with the burrowing crayfish. See, this is more permanent rainforest here, because you've got an absolute lovely patch of sassafras, man fern. Then down there's a tree called musk. This is part of the integrity of the place. And of course, if it rains, this is part of the drainage system to the river system that goes through Wynyard.
So this will all crumble away and go down into...
I mean, if you can kick it with your boot, what's a machine going? Well, that's one of many burrowing crayfish holes, and there's a large number of different sorts in the state, including a threatened species. A beautiful remains of an old, beautiful gum of some sort, and this would have been chopped down a good 80 years ago, and you can tell that it's been cross-sawed, break on each end. It's about 6 feet across, and the interesting thing is that those old blokes selectively logged them. Okay?
This is one of the biggest ferns we've found. It's amazing. We've found about 18 so far, probably more like 20, 25, because I'm sure we've missed some. We don't know how old it is. It's anybody's guess.
Well, we've had a wonderful day looking at things of great beauty, which we're fast running out of. This slender fern is but one example. This is a threatened species. If I look over that way, I can see blue forestry tape. My question is, if this is a threatened species and the other, at least 20 of them in this general area, how come they weren't on the original draft of the Forest Practices original draft report? It is not up to lay people like myself or local people to investigate these areas on behalf of Forestry Tas, but the way it's going, these may well be knocked down, probably not now we've discovered them. My suggestion is to Forestry Tas is to start doing things as they should do under forestry stewardship certification, or myself and others will fight to the death to prevent them from getting it if areas like this are bastardised. Well, the reason I've come to this spot is to show you the extent of the plantations that have been in here since the 1990s, right? But the main attack began about 1996 in the pre-Lena distance, which is in the distance. So everything that you can see that's on the camera now is plantation. It is the plantation companies bought out dairy farms, they've bulldozed and they've pulled out the fences, they've bastardised all the cropping land, beef cattle country, worth thousands and thousands of dollars to the state. And unless people understand the extent of plantations, they will not understand why we are concerned and terrified of the fact that native forest is now as much at risk as anything was during the plantation thing, because Forestry Tas have got a supply contracts they've locked into, and therefore I am saying that there is a real danger of much more native vegetation going in the areas such as Lapoinya, etc. There's miles and miles of this. I could drive you through plantations from pre-Lena through to Smithton.